Hi, this is Shake Green's Binder, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do prediction field, let me know in the comments below. Just watching the cat over here. He's getting into nonsense. Anyways, just a reminder, we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark it on your calendar so you don't miss out. Let's look at the card of the day. Just watching the cat. Okay. Today's card from Universe, excuse me, is be honest with yourself. Very nice artwork. So basically, that's a good way of being. A lot of people, I was actually talking about this with a client yesterday about being real. Always remember to be real. Don't try to pretend that you're somebody else than who you actually are, because people are going to be picking that up. You have to remember everybody is psychic at some level. So if you're pretending to be something that you are not, people are going to be picking that up and they're going to be reacting to you. Sometimes not so well. So just make sure that you are you and the best you can be. Okay, so let's get into some of the questions from last show that we missed out on. Somebody's asking the question about Sandbox for June of this year. Let's have a look. Lots of good questions I see already on the board here. Nah. For Sandbox, I think they're going to be okay for June. I think a lot of things are going to be happening in June, July, that we've been waiting on for quite some time. I think a lot of the bouncing up and down is going to be kind of dying off by that time, as excuse me, as many other things start to accumulate. I think he's here today. Where is he? Our friend the Dark sent me a clip where it's Janet Yellen, okay, and she's saying herself that they may default on the U.S. dollar. So all the people that they owe, which is a lot of people, they might have to default by June 1st. So a lot of that is going to be coming into fruition. And of course, today's show is all about some of the banking issues that we're having. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a reading on that. But I think Sandbox in June, where a lot of things are going to be happening outside of Sandbox, are going to be making many of these cryptocurrencies really go up quite a bit because of people's fear or perception of the market as it is. So it's going to be into a very frantic, chaotic time when many of these things start to happen, especially in the banking industry. And of course, this is going to be affecting many of the cryptocurrencies that are out there, Sandbox being one of them. And I do think they're going to be just fine. They're going to be building upon many of the things that they have already built upon, and actually working out many of the things that they need to work on for the future. So this is going to be bringing that price of Sandbox up a little bit more than what it was. Sandbox kind of the metaverse type of thing. I think those are going to be taking a little longer than people had expected for them to really catch on. But they will, but it just won't be in a particular period of time that everybody's thinking. It's going to be maybe a year or two out from today. Okay, so that was Sandbox for June 2023. Crypto in May, which we're in right now, the 2nd of May. So let's have a look. Lots of movement, of course, going on into the cryptocurrency market. If you are not, if you're a trader and you're not trading the Bitcoin, you're crazy. It's with all the wild swings in price that it's actually been doing in the last little while. But in May, I think everything is going to start to jump up a little bit more than it was. I think much of the bouncing around in May, June is going to start to die down a little bit as for everything else in the banking industry and the traditional market is going to be heating up a little bit. And I think this is going to be a little bit into the cryptocurrency because everybody assesses crypto as the banking and all that sort of thing. It's even now they're two separate things. So it might bring the cryptocurrency market down a little bit in the next little while, but not scary down. It's just down like it has been for the last little while. But there's going to be mid-May where it's going to start to ramp up in May, June, July, and beyond because of the things going on that are outside of the cryptocurrency market. Okay, so yeah, it's going to do well. If you're not into any of the cryptocurrencies and you're waiting for those low prices, I don't think you're going to get the big low prices, but it's pretty good prices right now, nonetheless. Okay, so hopefully that answers that question. First Republic Bank. Now, this is the title of the show for today. First Republic Bank had a little bit of a problem the other day and was bought out by JP Morgan. Now, the question is, this is the symptom of a very much bigger problem, meaning getting back to the Janet Yellen and many of the other public figures that run the world. We're not in a good way, okay, banking wise. This is why I always say do not keep everything in the bank if you can, if you're in that position to do so. Much more of this is going to be happening in the next little while. What you're going to be seeing is the smaller banks being bought up by the Morgan, Chase, and all the big ones. Here in Canada, be Bank of Canada. Bank of Montreal is pretty big. That sort of thing. So we're going to see that here in Canada. In the U.S., we're going to see JP Morgan take on a lot of debt, a lot of new banking, a lot of things in motion. This is a time to actually get into motion. Do not stay still. This is not the time to sit there and wonder if you should keep your money in or keep your money out. The best way to protect yourself at this moment in time is not be in line of the punch coming through your face. Step off to the side. Okay. I'm thinking in the next, if you can, try to take out all that extra money that you have in the bank that's just sitting there and put it into something else. Okay. If you haven't done that already. I know me and the wife do that quite a bit. Only keeping the money for your bills. I call that the fast money. Things for your bills and all that sort of thing. You keep in anything over and above that, you take out. And this is a prime example why we should think about doing that. Not financial advice, of course. This is for entertainment purposes only. But if you're sitting there and you're not too sure, maybe start to consider looking for other avenues for hard-earned wealth. The cards are basically backing up what I've been saying. I do see a bigger banking collapse in about 2 to 3 year time period of overall. And this is the period of time when all the banking system is going to start going more and more into crypto. And we're going to see more of the banking industry start to slide into the new banking system, which is the central hub of that would be the Ethereum blockchain. And if you type it in, there's a Ethereum financial system. You can find the poster maps on those things on how it all interconnects with one another. And that'll be the new money system that's going to be coming out. We're going to be taxed for every little thing that you do, even walking down the sidewalk. So this is First Republic Bank was just a small, well, I shouldn't say small, a symptom of a much bigger problem. So just be warned, more is going to be coming in the next 2 to 3 years' time, and it's not going to be pretty. Okay, so you don't have to stay in harm's way. You can get in the lifeboat, Bitcoin, gold, and silver. Okay, so let's get into the next thing, which is for Sunday. I think this is the right one. Yep, that's the right one. For this Sunday, we're going to have the remote viewing practice show after the bigger show. Now we're going to be doing a smaller show right after the bigger show, just for the remote viewing. So if you want to come back for 10, 20 minutes and do the remote viewing, that's when we're going to be doing that. Okay, so this week's number is 9967-4645. Okay, so write that down on a nice clean piece of paper and figure out, using your psychic abilities, work out all the things that are describing the target. Okay, and when we come back here on Sunday, we can work through that together. Okay, so let's get into the chat. I see we got a super chat. Thank you for the $5. Government agency is supposed to contact me in order to change a document. Are they going to contact? Well, here's the thing. If you owe them money, they'll be there lickety split. If they owe you money, you're going to be waiting for a long time. It's usually the way. Anyways. I'm seeing that, yes, they're going to be contacting you, but it's not going to be on your time. It's going to be a little longer than you had anticipated. They always take their sweet time on many of these things, and I think it's going to be taking a lot longer than you anticipated. So, yes, they will contact you to get everything done. It's going to be taking a lot longer than you had anticipated, maybe another week or two than what you had thought. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Magic versus render. Which is better investment for 3 years? Magic I don't know much about. Render I know a little bit more of. Well, let's see what the cards say. Magic seems to be doing it okay. It's has some pretty good potential with it. I think render is the better of the two overall. If you had to pick one of the those particular cryptocurrencies moving forward, I think would be winning out mostly overall from those two. Render, I think, is going to be going through into some new territory in the very near future. And they're going to be trusting their intuition and working on many of the things for the end user. So it's going to be more and more usable by the end user and more enjoyable and useful for the end user, where a lot of cryptocurrency platforms are not. The magic, I think, is going to be okay. They're aware of their situation, but they're having trouble with some upward mobility in the next 2 years, just because of some programming issues and some bad press. So for the better of the two, I would go with the render. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Oh, another $5 chat. Andre booked to go overseas in June. Am I going to stay 28 days or 90 days? That sounds like a pendulum question. Get to use the wife is just using this. She got it for me from AliExpress. It's very nice. It's nice and hard. So we'll try that one out.
Donald thought you had someone at the door.
Oh. You won't be there for the 90 days. It's going to be the 28 days that you're going to be there. Maybe a little more than the 28 days, but around in that figure, you're going to be there for the 28-day stay. And I just see a lot of wet feet for whatever reason. They gave me that picture of wet feet, sand, that sort of thing. I don't know if there's going to be a beach or something where you're going to be going, but I do see wet feet for whatever reason. And I do see it as a fairly enjoyable time away. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. What date Ukraine will begin big counterattack? My pendulum shows 7th of May. Well, they got the ultimatum from Mr. Biden, Zelensky, to get in there or be cut off, basically. And I was looking at the news, and there's a lot of rhetoric from our news media that they're going to be the good thing, they're going to win, blah 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 blah, which they will not. Okay, Ukraine doesn't really have a chance against the Russian front. They're pretty much done, but rhetoric is rhetoric. So, May, being May, it's going to be on the 20th, actually. That's going to be starting to happen. Okay? So they are going to be doing their thing, or at least appear to be doing that. You have to remember, it's just news media, and news media usually lies to you. They're going to be making it look like they're doing the military action against the Russians. It will fail, but they're going to do it anyways, just to keep the U.S. in the thing, whatever it is that they're trying to do. The help from the Americans. I think Biden in the U.S. is basically ready to throw Ukraine and many of those people there under the bus and just moving on from there. And of course, they're getting ready with a war with Russia, China and Russia at the same time, which is really strange to do and suicidal, but that's how they're going to be framing it in the next little while. um, yeah, I don't see them actually going through with it. It's just going to be a lot of posturing in the next little while. For that, just to keep our minds off of the banking crisis, basically. Okay, thank you for that question. Oh, another $5. Thank you. Pi mining. Will we ever be able to withdraw the tokens? I'm picking up no for whatever reason. A lot of times, there's a lot of companies that are iffy that are coming out. They look really good and they're not. And this is one of those particular situations. They might have to have some court order or something like that if you can get your hands on these people to actually withdraw the tokens from the mining. Oh, pi. Yeah, pretty much what I had said. That's the one you put in your pocket on your phone or whatever. Pi. Yeah, it kind of was like the other one that was like it. You could do all the mining with it, but after a period of time, you weren't able to do that at any time. And I think it kind of went flat. And I think that's the same thing that's going to be happening with this one as well. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Hi, Andre. Is there much happening behind the scenes for Truebit protocol? Are there any partnerships or implementation of Truebit on the way? There are some things that are happening behind the scenes with Truebit. They're trying a whole lot of things, but I don't think they're really connecting on any of the things moving forward. I think they're having a lot of problems behind the scenes on Truebit. There are some good things coming out of this situation. They are getting the harmony that they need and the cohesiveness in the team through this situation. But I don't see any of those new partnerships really working out for them in any good way. But it's going to have them rethink their approach to things. And I think in the next year or two, we're going to see a much different Truebit in the near future. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Will Forte Group implement Truebit protocol? It's saying no. And it's probably what I had just said, that partnerships are going to be a little shaky for the next little while for Truebit. It doesn't mean it's the end of Truebit, but it is going to be moving in a different direction than it had previously been going. I'm thinking that they're going to have to choose different avenues to bring the business and the partnerships to them. They're figuring out right now what to change for their platform to make it more presentable to other people. Okay, hopefully that helps you out.
What question did you use a pendulum for the super chat? He wanted cards.
Oh,
Do you know which question it is? Pie?
hang on. Go overseas.
It was pie.
Yeah, it was pie.
He wants cards.
Okay.
That's what it says in his name. Cards, please.
It's pretty much what the panel was saying. That unfortunately, I don't think you're going to be getting the tokens out of your phone wallet. It may take some time to actually get that working. Okay, so you might have to get hold of them and actually force them into releasing that money. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Hi, Spirit told me I was having an accident, and I did later. What kind of accident? Why warn me when I was inevitable?
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 Yeah.
A guy with a speech impediment who decides to do public speaking. Anyways, so sometimes they'll do that. Depending on what, not everything is supposed to happen. If they're warning you, there means there's a reason that you can avoid it.
Or just so they're not shocked and
Or you're prepared for it,
prepared.
so you can deal with it. That's why Spirit can tell you that sort of thing. But nothing is written in stone. Once you have prior knowledge of something happening, you can change the outcome. Okay? Spirit would only tell you if it's a good spirit and if you protect yourself with the light. If they're telling you something to be aware of something, then it's just to warn you not to do that. Like if they're saying don't go down the back alley, don't go down the back alley. Go somewhere else.
Stay home.
Stay home. Whatever. But I'm getting the feeling that wasn't a good spirit. And then the question is, well, how do you tell between a good spirit and a bad spirit? If they are telling you things that are off the wall, then they're usually a bad spirit. If they're giving you good advice and you're protecting yourself with the white light, covering yourself with the white light like a cocoon with yourself to protect yourself from negative spirits, and then re-ask the question, then you're most likely to get proper spirits talking to you. Okay, you have to be really careful of that when you start communication with the other side or spirits or even ghosts. Always protect yourself. Always ground yourself. Okay, I'm picking up that you may not have done that, and you may have gotten some information that wasn't good in a
Or
sense.
he just didn't change his actions.
Or you didn't change your actions. Okay, so hopefully that explains what to do when you're actually doing the work. Okay, just make sure that you protect yourself with white light. And I'm hoping it wasn't a bad accident.
He says it was an expensive lesson.
It was an expensive lesson. Okay, so trust your instincts, trust your intuition, and if a guide's saying something, try to follow through with that. Not all people, not all psychics or mediums follow through on things. Okay, and they get themselves into trouble. So when you get in the message, listen, ask for clarification, white light yourself, protect yourself, then re-ask the question. Okay, just to make sure that you heard it right. Okay, so hopefully that helped you in the future. Hi, Andre. I seem to have upset a professional by requesting the truth. Not the truth.
Mhm.
Oh boy. Turn that truth. Yes, professionals can get their nose out of joint sometimes. For whatever the information was, they were very. I was picking up that they were um, getting the fear feeling from them. Sometimes when you confront people like that for the truth, and they know the truth, but they said something else before that wasn't the truth. Uh, Especially a person of importance, um, usually turns into fear on their behalf. So when you ask them the question, they were coming out of fear. Okay, when they responded to you. So it is a time for them to do self healing and for yourself to learn that lesson that not all professionals are always professional in everything they do. I'm thinking that you may need another professional if you're asked if you actually uh, ask them for a certain service. It may be time to move on to something else. Um, Of course, I got the parenting and children card with that, which is interesting. Maybe look at it where you're the parent and they're the child, and you're going to have to uh, react in that sort of certain way. Threaten you with legal action, then they are definitely frightened and probably embarrassed. They look after your dad. Yeah, it's time to move on to a um, another location for him. Okay. So yeah, if you can and it's in your means, yeah, I would move on from that person. Okay. So yeah, that's probably why we got the new location card. And actually, it's probably what the parenting and children is. It's your father and the how you should react to them. Okay. Don't get angry with them. Just okay. That's that. Let's see how we can move around this particular situation the best that we can, especially for the health of your father. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. 3 cards on keeping my daughter's car going this year. Huh. Is it that rough? It's a muffler, I see. My grandfather is piping up. Check the carburetor, which is probably true. He's usually correct on these things. Make sure that the carburetor is, or if it's a fuel injection system, to make sure that it's actually working well and firing at the right sequence. Um, so check the carburetor or the fuel injection system. I think there's spark plugs.
Yeah.
Spark plugs, that sort of thing. Um, I don't see it as a very expensive situation for the particular vehicle. to keep it running for another year. But I don't think it's going to really live on beyond that. Okay, so you might get a year and another year and a half from that vehicle moving forward. But I think it's the carburetor or fuel injection, spark plugs, and grandpa keeps saying the muffler in the back may be part of the situation as well. Okay, thank you for that. Hi, Andre. Are cats originally from outer space? Sometimes it looks that way. Did we get another super chat?
Yeah, indeed.
Huh. Thank you. Came up in my corner here with a bloop sound. Well, in a sense, we're all from outer space. We're all made of stardust. I don't think cats are actually from outer space. I think they're evolved here on Earth. With that said, they are telling me that there are species of cats that are on other planets or cat-like creatures on other planets, taking that niche in the ecosystem. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. 3-card reading for the end of the show if you have time.
Well, you have time.
We got time. It's not the end of the show. Oh, Marlon has finished the Discord. That's the thing we've been working on behind the scenes. Just got to do some final stuff on it. Then we'll have a place to hang out when we're not here. Something about letting go of a particular situation. I think it's the thing you were working on with lawyers and all that sort of thing. There's going to be a situation where you're going to have to let go, let God with one part of that. Don't think that you can solve every situation that comes up. Sometimes you have to allow the universe to take care of some of the driving for you. It's good to take care of a business, but I think in this case, there's some things that you have to let the universe take care of it, and it will do that in a good way coming up for you. There is a situation for you romantically. It's going to be coming up it's up in the cards right now. And that's going to be in about a week or so that we're going to see more of that coming up for you. And making sure that you're visualizing the things that you want to have happen and actually implemented them, and not think about girls too much. And I think you'll be fine from there. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Hi, Andre. Is my mom's confusion due to an infection or something more serious? Let's get the group to do this. Have everybody relax, sit in your seat, breathe out. Picture somebody resembling Daisy Chain's mom. It's projected out there, the mother of Daisy Chain's, and scan the body. And just a medical scan. Okay? I think it's just the. I won't say. Let's have some of the people talk. What do you think, sweetie?
Well, if it's new confusion,
Hmm.
kind of sudden, it
Okay.
could be bladder infection.
Bladder infection.
Bladder infections often make old people
Okay.
confused.
How about Marlon? Last 7 days. Ooh. And we got Bob Job here. What does Bob Job pick up? Medically scanning Daisy James' mom. What do you think is the situation for her? I see it as a bit of infection, probably in the, you said what?
Bladder.
Bladder. Because I did feel the bladder area. That's usually how it feels. And it's usually the opposite side when you're picking up on somebody's ailments. It's usually the opposite side. So if it's on the right side, it'll be on the left. So, what's that?
That would be a kidney then. Bladder's not on the right or left.
Just a description. I feel it in the lower portion of the waist.
Could be a kidney infection though, if you're feeling it there.
Right. So Marlon says feeling an infection. I'm not picking up that it's anything more serious than that. Drinking lots of water. Good. That's a good idea. Jobs is saying infection only. Yeah, I'm not picking up anything more serious than that. Okay. I think it's going to be alleviating itself. In about another 2 weeks, approximately. More antibiotics.
Yeah.
Stronger. Okay. So, very good.
Common with older people.
Yeah. Good. Oh, Daisy Chains, you're more connected to the situation than we are, so you're not going to see things sometimes without emotion, which is really hard, especially if it's a parent or child or something. Somebody on the outside looking in would have a little bit better way of seeing. Okay. But yeah, some stronger medicine, your doctor's advice, of course. And I do see it after that alleviating itself in about another 2 weeks' time. You concur?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about Dr. Bob? Yeah. So there you go. Working as a team. That's always a good thing to do. Silver retrace to 20 USD by June. It's going to be dipping a little bit in the next little while, but it's not going to be a major dip. Okay. I think it's just going to be boop, and start to go back up in a strong way, especially June, July, wherein there's going to be a lot of fear I'm picking up around the banking industry. And when that starts to happen, okay, people going to look for other avenues to protect their wealth. So I know it's hard to see the bigger picture, but silver does connect with the banking industry, that connects with the crypto and all that's it's all interconnected. So when something's wrong somewhere else, it's probably going to show up, and sometimes in a positive fashion, in something else. And I think that silver retrace, it might be for a short, very short period of time, but because of all the things happening, I'm seeing that it's going to start to go back up in a big way. Okay, thank you for that. Hi, Andre. According to the previous readings, there's no chances anymore for BTC going back up to 25K. Is that my reading or somebody else? We're going to go way beyond 25,000. Maybe not this month, but it will happen in the next couple months. The more closer we get to the halving, you're going to see that go up dramatically in the next while. Okay? So, yeah, we're going to go way past 25K. Okay? Thank you. Card reading on income taxes. Oh, no. When will they go away and only GST VAT? Not sure what that is. GST, I know what that is. We have that here in Canada. That won't happen for another within the next 10 years. When the new system comes in, and they're going to tax you for every little thing within the Ethereum blockchain system. Go look up the Ethereum financial system that's going to be coming out. They talk about it on Crypto Viewing, actually. You're going to be charged for every little thing that you do, and they can track all of that. So income tax will not be needed because they'll know exactly what's what, okay? And they'll charge you accordingly. Even walking down the sidewalk, they'll charge you for that in the near future with the Ethereum blockchain. There's the good and the bad of cryptocurrencies coming up very, very soon. So within the next 10 years, we're going to start to see something along those lines. Okay? Thank you for that. Hi, Andre. Going to buy some more silver. Good decision. Do you really need cards? It's always a good decision. If you want cards, especially if it's going to go down a little bit. We're actually thinking of picking up some more silver soon. Yeah, it's never a bad idea to get some silver, especially right now with all the things going on in the banking sector. They are interconnected. Everything is interconnected. So when the banking collapse happens, you're not going to be sitting there, boy, I wish I bought silver at a cheaper price. You're going to go, thank goodness I bought that silver before the banks went. Right? Now we have something to utilize when they're making that transition between the old system and the new system. So it's always a good decision to get silver. Okay. Not financial advice, of course, but in my personal opinion, it's always a good time to get silver. Okay. Thank you for that. I thought you attract negative beings using a Ouija board. It's a different way of spelling it. No. Ouija board, well, that's... You can.
I told him you have to protect yourself.
You have to protect yourself. You have to protect the tools. Ouija boards are just a tool. Tarot cards are just a tool. pendulums are just a tool. It's the person that's wielding it that can be good or bad. Universe doesn't care what you use the energy for, good or bad. Okay? But if you want to protect yourself from negative energies or beings, what I had said in the beginning, protect yourself with white light, ground and center yourself, and then proceed with the psychic work. And Ouija boards are part of that work. Okay. I've had a Ouija board when I was a kid. I played with it. Used to get in trouble all the time from my mom. Why'd you turn off the board? You're letting in all the spirits. Because I forget to turn it off, and all the spirits would come out and play havoc in the house. Nothing bad. It's just annoying, like knocking over things and all that sort of thing. So we'd have to clear the house. So there you go. Should we always be surrounding ourselves with light? Yeah, as much as you can. Entities are everywhere. True. We could be interacting with them many ways without even knowing. Yep, perfect. Especially the more attuned you are to the psychic realm, the more protection you need. Okay. And there are stones, crystals that can help you out with that, especially when I was having some nasty trouble with some not good spirits. I had a patchy tear in my pocket. It was actually gifted to me by a tarot card reader. I came into the shop where she worked, and she looked at me and go, "You need this," and she threw it at me, and she was correct. I think I still have it somewhere. But stones, clearing yourself, grounding and centering yourself, especially when you become more and more attuned to the psychic realm. Condoms, then, yes, that's can protect you from many things. And if you want to think of the white light around you as a condom, you can. The cocoon. Always try to protect yourself and all the psychic work that you do. Okay? Thank you for that. Is Pepe coin a part of the YouTubers? Mainly the moon. I'm not sure what this is, but I know Pepe is the new crypto token. There's two varieties of it. And of course, there's probably YouTubers that are promoting it, and a lot of nefarious YouTubers out there will promote something because they have some following. People will buy into it, and then when everybody's bought into it, the YouTubers will sell. Okay, and everything. Yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers that do that. I don't, for reasons, because I'm not an asshole. Or I try not to be. But let's have a look. Yeah, you're pretty much on the right path of thinking. Yeah, it is something that is promoted by YouTubers to gain a lot of money from people, and then rig the market, do the old rug pull on you. So just beware. Okay? Thank you for that. Will I buy a house this year? there's this a particular situation that you're going to be getting yourself into where there is a house, but it may be not this year. You're going to have to wait for a short period of time after this year is done. Something's going to be coming up and getting in the way of that purchase. I think it's an outward expense that you weren't expecting. Okay, so prepare for that particular situation. I think once you get all that other stuff out of the way, then you can get into that new house that you're thinking of, but get everything prepared for it. And when it's time, it'll happen very quickly. But I don't think it's this year. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Meeting a partner. Okay. The magic of nature. If you put it out there and you surround yourself with white light in that situation and ask the universe for that particular situation, it will happen. I'm picking up a blind person. I don't think it will happen until you are ready for this particular situation. I'm picking up that you may not be necessarily ready for the particular situation just yet. I think it's going to be taking a little bit longer to get everything up here ready. And when everything up here is ready for that particular situation, it will happen very quickly once you are completely sure of the thing that you want. The law of intention, the law of attraction, the law of action. When you start to self-doubt and doubt universe, it'll push away that particular situation. When you put in your order for a partner and just leave it at that and get straight in your mind exactly what you're looking for, none of the negative aspects, but only the positive. Have a list of that and let universe do its work. Okay? That is the magic of nature, and it will be coming to you when you usually least expect it. Okay? So hopefully that'll help you out. And it'll be in about a year. Okay? Thank you for that. One card for when I perish from this world. When?
Your time is up.
When your time is up. Some things you shouldn't really ask unless you really, really want to know. It'll be on a Tuesday. That's as much as I'm going to give you. Okay? Thank you for that. Strange question. 3 cards for Hex Coin and how it will perform in May, June, and July. Is it out yet? Guess so. There's going to be a situation where they're going to be pulling some interesting things behind the scenes. It will do okay. I think the big push for it may not be exactly all that exciting in the next little while. I think June and July, I think it's going to be picking up in that time period. I think people are still like, it's out, yay. When it does come out. I'm thinking it'll do okay, but nothing spectacular. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. I've had that reading a few times. Hi, Andre. Who is uploading shorts of which doesn't have full reading? that would be me. And this question's come up quite a bit. It does have the full video. YouTube has implemented, you can do a 15-minute or 15-second clip from the main video. When you're watching the short and you want a little bit more from that particular spot, there's a little button on the very bottom of the video. It'll say video done by such and such. And when you hit that, it'll continue throughout the video. Okay? So hopefully that, I know a lot of people get hung up on that. It's only 15 seconds. You know,
You say nothing.
and we say nothing, but when you go to the bottom of the, like if it's on your phone, it'll be on the very bottom, and it's on your computer and your iPad. We looked it up. We checked it out. It does work. So you hit the little button on the bottom, it'll continue from that point on. Okay. Cool stuff. I think all the kids got it, but older adults like myself are like, eh. But anyways, for the next Sunday show, 9967-4645. Make sure you come out for the Sunday show for the remote viewing. It's always a good time. Build up our psychic abilities and become stronger in that. Make sure if you like a personal reading, I think I have a few this week. Make sure you go to psychicreadingsbyandre.com. If you like personal reading with me, all that information is there. If you would like a personal healing with the wife, whose phone is ringing.
That's you.
Oh, that's me. That's my something.
Are you expecting it?
No.
Okay.
Go to psychicreadingsbyandre.com, where all that information for my wife's psychic healing information. Until we meet again, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.